Excuse me.
Hello?
So
I can't hear you. You gotta talk into the microphone. What's your question? I can't hear.
I'm sorry, it's because I talked.
Sorry, I assumed your
No, go
gender.
ahead, ask your question.
So obviously others.
What was the, no.
Try this.
No, for real this time, for real.
Alright.
Joe, what do you think about the weather outside?
I like it a lot more today than yesterday.
So your inspiration,
Me too.
as for your mask in general, everyone likes to paint the face, and you decided to come up with the forever face. What was your inspiration to come up with that in the first place?
There's a couple things. We're very ugly in our human form, and when you wear a mask and you stare at people, it's not as uncomfortable for like human interaction and stuff. And secondly, big fans of Slipknot. Third, big fans of Low Key. Fourth, big fans of
Wrestling. All of our favorite wrestlers always wore masks growing up. It's been a part of my life since I was a little young man.
and probably the biggest influence of all them, when I was fucking like 8 years old, I was I don't know how the fuck, I was at like Bible study, because I was raised Catholic, right? I went to church and shit. I was at Bible study, and the motherfucker running it played Texas Chainsaw Massacre for all the kids there. And I remember being fucking just got scared to death,
It's a
bro.
Bible story.
Real shit, and I look back, I'm like, did I get raped? Like, that's kind of fucking weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I got raped. But
Isn't
maybe
it weird how we all have to have that moment where we like have to reach back in time? Say, did I get that?
Is that what's wrong with me? Did I get raped in fucking Bible study? I don't think so, though.
Were
My
we
bubble
just
works fine.
wrestling?
Next question.
I'm on the Texas street team, and as a street team member, I was just curious if there's any tips or things you could say that, for us to do that would maximize the amount of exposure that we can.
I think the best thing you do, you get completely naked, you put a mask over your crotch, okay?
Okay.
You make weird noises and just mumble longwaypeople.com. That's probably the best way to go about it.
And if I get arrested doing that,
We will not pay for your bail. We're not getting you out, nothing like that. But you can think about what you've done while you're there.
We will shout you out though.
Definitely, we'll give you a free ticket to like something. Like the Speedway or something.
We will actually call the police on you.
Oh dude, I got it. I got a fucking free big golf coupon. I'll give you that.
There's a man spreading satanic propaganda outside of the Speedway.
How many of you in here are on the street team? We love you. You guys are so fucking important in what we're doing, for real. You have to. I know a lot of people in this scene are like, oh, they're on that side of the fence or this side of the fence. You know what? I don't give a fuck about no fence.
How the fuck are we still doing that?
What I want to do is just burn the whole motherfucker down and then rebuild it correctly. the
Smoke
right
the
way.
ashes.
Where we can fucking respect one another and people don't look at us like a fucking stain on the earth and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all old school juggalos and shit. I got that shit tattooed on me to this day, and I always will, and it's a special place in my fucking heart. But there's certain things in the scene that I don't agree with, that we don't agree with, and we want the best for you motherfuckers because we genuinely care. I'm not looking at you right now and I don't see a fucking dollar bill, bro. You know what I'm saying? I see a fucking motherfucker that maybe needs inspiration or maybe needs somewhere to belong. I want to be that. We want to be that for you guys. We want to inspire you. If you have a fucking dream, you believe in something, if you work hard enough, if you fucking, the main fucking thing, bro, if you guys believe in yourselves, other people will too. So I hope that if, no matter what you take from any of all this shit, I hope you're inspired.
Well, I think that you guys, in my opinion, sort of revitalized the scene in a way that brought me back to it, because I was sort of like jaded by some of the things that were happening and the way people were treating each other and things. And when The Almighty came out, I feel like a lot of that changed from you guys' side. You know what I mean? I don't know if I said that correctly, but
No, I get what you're saying. I think we resonate with people like yourself because we are one. Like, we literally have walked the same path. You know what I'm saying? We've stopped the same trails in life. What's that, Joe?
We suffer in similar ways. It creates unity, it bonds.
Exactly.
So since I still have the mic, if I could, the only other thing I would like to ask, and I promise I won't ask any more questions.
You promise?
From the after the addition of Lee Carver into the group, there was sort of, in my opinion, a distinct change in the way you guys sort of described the lore behind the group. Was that something that was premeditated and done intentionally, or was that just naturally like the progression?
Premeditated as fuck.
Joe has always been a very lore motherfucker since the get.
My mom should have named me Laura.
I'm more of like, I just want to fucking get in the studio and make shit that makes you want to move and makes you feel, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like worried about, oh, well, if we fucking stepped into church last time, that means we gotta fucking polish off the pews next one, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
the opposite. I love continuity.
So Joe's always been on that vibe, but then Lee entered the fold and he's super on that vibe too, and these two fucking nerd out all the time. Like,
Oh man, track 2 is gonna go into track 3 and it's gonna make sense with track 7, and then track 7 is gonna loop back to 4, and if you listen to that, the bonus track's gonna make sense. It's reversed though. Like,
I just want to make dope shit that makes you feel.
I got a backstory for my fucking toothbrush.
I got a backstory for my fucking 2 days.
It's my voice.
All three of the elements that we bring to like that kind of shit, they stick together perfectly. Like they're elements that they're just perfect for each other.
I think that's why we fucking work so well together though. These guys are so like concerned with making sure everything lines up, and I'm just like, get it there.
Well, I must say that that's one of my favorite things about you guys as a group is that element of it, and then sort of the storytelling and the overall themes and things like that are like sort of, you could call, I guess, concept albums in a sense. Like Mausoleum, for example,
For sure.
where it's kind of has a general vibe and the same producer throughout and all of that.
Right. Yeah, we had a Head of Horns. Originally, we had ideas. It was going to be, what was it? Head of Horns.
Heart of Darkness, Hand of Death.
Yeah, and then we had another one called Body of Christ. So it's going to be like that kind of vibe. And then, yeah, everything kind of thematically goes together in the same universe if you pay attention. Necronomicon, Psycho 1 is like our territory where we come from. How many of you know that Psycho means Scioto County? I couldn't believe there's still people that don't fucking know that.
I do want to say this, since you're such a lover of the lore, I will give all of you in attendance a little tidbit nugget. The next record, Godspeed Will Rise, takes place thematically right after Mausoleum. So if you really pay attention when the record starts, you'll really see the connection.
The Almighty, you could say that's the higher power. That's God, that's the devil.
I always kind of saw it as us three coming together for the first time, like becoming one. You
Yeah,
know?
it's open for interpretation. Mausoleum, you know, that's the place you go when you die. You know what I'm saying? Camp Xul, that's where we reside. Necronomicon's what we're smoking. Where's the church at? Oh shit. Psycho. Head of Horns, right? That's your fucking sins, your impure thoughts poking out your fucking head.
The Zulverse has infinite potential!
It all makes sense though if you really think about it and you bullshit enough.
That's right.
Next question.
So I know that in the past you said that you wouldn't do this in particular, but I think it's a disservice that we haven't gotten some of the older, like Head of Horns or Psycho tracks that don't have Lee on them. Hearing songs like Soul My Soul, Lee's verse is fucking incredible. Is there any chance that we might get some studio versions of like re-release tracks adding Lee into the fold?
Maybe a few here and there. That Soul My Soul joint, he recorded that right around Almighty era when he joined. That's been there for a minute.
Yeah, we literally recorded that just so I wasn't a backup dancer for half an hour. I was like, I got something, guys. Like, go do the fucking Macarena in the back, fatty.
And we've definitely talked about having Lee go visit the old records and drop some verses on it and shit. But just because those records are so fucking old to us at this point, like, I don't want 2024 Lee Carver spitting over 2018
unfair.
billion. Like, it's not cool, man.
Yeah, it's like that guy knows about COVID and the electric car.
But you know, we'll sprinkle him in here and there.
I think it'd be cool, one idea, just came off the top of my head, you saying this, like, maybe you guys could, like, vote for one or two for, like, performance sake. Like, not putting it out on wax, not, let that shit leak like an old Grateful Dead tape or something, I don't know.
Yeah, or shit, maybe we put out singles or something. We just drop a song here and there or whatever the fuck. But that could be cool. Maybe we'll do that for TNT or something. And
It also feels weird for me a little bit, honestly, because it's like trying on my brother's clothes. It's like, this is their shit. I mean, there's a reason why things happen, why they happen. You know what I mean?
And you know what really pisses me off? No one's ever like, when are you and Joe gonna rap on a Knox album?
That's fucking garbage.
I'm joking. But yeah, I mean, you know, the
Billy
whole
Obey Massacre Mask.
the old stuff is served its purpose, right? It's there forever, ingrained in time.
Feels like going
Look at the
backwards to
future.
me a little bit.
Next question.
So if you guys weren't doing music, what is your dream
Put that
career?
mic a little bit closer. I can't hear
So
you.
if you guys were not doing music, what would you want to do in your main career?
She said, what's your favorite flavor of butterbeer?
Buttermilk?
If you were not doing music, what would be the profession you would want to do?
Oh, dude, I used to inspect aerospace parts. That's true. I didn't just pull that out of my ass.
If it wasn't for music, what profession would I want to do?
A race car driver or a cowboy.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with male stripper.
Always wanted to be a priest or a cop, but somehow that didn't work
You
out.
want to be a cop?
Yeah, or
Oh,
a detective.
Private eye. He's got one good eye and shit.
Yeah. Private seeing eye.
No, I don't know. I mean, really, I found music at a very young age, so there's not much else I'm super passionate about. I like collectibles and shit. I'd probably run a toy store or something like that.
I really miss selling weed.
Dude, you totally would be like a brick and mortar toy store guy. They're like, man, the owner of this shop's a dick. Like, you just walk in there, I'm like, do you have the latest Star Wars